Hello everyone, and thank you for visiting the Warrior channel once again today. Today, the fighter we will be analyzing is the former undisputed lightweight champion of the 4 major organizations, and the current WBO super lightweight world champion, the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez. From this point on, we will take a detailed look at Teofimo Lopez's boxing style. First, Lopez primarily utilizes the Philly shell guard. With his lead hand lowered, he throws sharp, whip-like lead hand shots from low to high, which makes his lead hand extremely troublesome for his opponents. In addition, by keeping his lead hand low, he deliberately invites his opponent's attacks and excels at landing precise counterpunches in response. When reviewing his fights, we frequently see him waiting with his lead hand lowered, then perfectly timing counters as his opponent steps in, displaying highly impressive fight management throughout. His vision is sharp, and his reaction speed is exceptional. He quickly reads incoming attacks and responds immediately, landing devastating counters consistently throughout the fight. By drawing opponents in this way, he accumulates both points and damage the moment they enter range. In summary, Lopez can be described as an elite counterpuncher who specializes in drawing attacks and punishing opponents on the counter. On top of this, he also possesses highly unorthodox movement. During exchanges, he frequently switches stances from orthodox to southpaw, landing punches while freely and unpredictably moving his hands and arms. His upper body moves fluidly and irregularly, almost like a dance, allowing him to attack from a variety of angles. These movements are distinctly different from the structured styles of most fighters. As a result, facing Lopez feels far more difficult and unpredictable for his opponents. As his celebrations clearly show, Lopez also possesses incredible athleticism and explosiveness. Using this athleticism, he can close distance instantly, even from long range, enter striking range and land punches in a flash. This allows him to compete effectively even against longer or physically bigger opponents, preventing him from struggling in distance battles. His unorthodox movement combined with sudden explosive entries is enough to confuse opponents, while also dealing significant damage. The key factor that makes all of this possible is Lopez's smooth upper body movement. He freely utilizes rhythmic upper body motion throughout the fight, slipping and rolling punches, even with his lead hand lowered. When the timing presents itself, he lands clean shots directly to the opponent's face. Additionally, his fluid movement allows him to throw punches from multiple angles, making his unorthodox style even more dynamic and effective. Despite these many strengths, no fighter is perfect, and Lopez is no exception when it comes to weaknesses. The first weakness lies in his punching power. During his lightweight run, excluding one early super lightweight bout, he scored 11 knockouts in 15 fights, demonstrating elite power and competitiveness. However, since moving up to super lightweight, he has recorded only 1 knockout in his last 5 fights, suggesting a noticeable decline in power effectiveness. The second weakness is his difficulty against fast southpaw outboxers. Notable examples include his bouts with Jermaine Ortiz and Sandor Martin. Because Lopez prefers to draw attacks and counter rather than aggressively cut off the ring, he struggled to control distance against Ortiz's footwork, often throwing punches into empty space. A similar pattern appeared against Sandor Martin, where Lopez was even knocked down, clearly exposing his vulnerability to fast southpaw movers. The same tendencies were visible in his fight with Vasyl Lomachenko. Up to the 6th round, Lomachenko fought conservatively without committing, and Lopez struggled to land clean, decisive shots. After Lomachenko increased his pace in the later rounds, Lopez was outworked in most rounds, aside from a few late ones. Fortunately for Lopez, Lomachenko's flawed early game plan cost him many rounds, allowing Lopez to secure the victory. However, had Lomachenko fought with his usual aggressive style from the start, the outcome could have been very different. Lopez thrives on opponents stepping into his offense, not on initiating exchanges himself. He tends to follow opponents rather than cut off the ring effectively, relying on counters to create opportunities. Additionally, orthodox versus southpaw matchups are far more difficult in terms of distance control because the lead hands and lead legs overlap, making it harder to close the gap. As a result, the overlapping lead leg movement makes it difficult to close distance in a single burst, and one of Lopez's primary weapons. His explosive, spring-like movement also loses its effectiveness. This stylistic tendency explains his struggles against fast southpaw outboxers. Lastly, relying heavily on upper body movement while keeping his lead hand lowered can expose vulnerabilities in frontal defense. Although his movement and effective use of the Philly shell often prevent clean shots, fighting with a lowered guard can always lead to danger. A clear example is his fight against George Kambosos Jr. In that bout, Lopez overestimated his abilities, absorbed a heavy punch, and suffered a crucial knockdown. Ultimately, this led to a difficult fight and a loss. That wraps up our analysis of Teofimo Lopez. Thank you for watching, and your support through subscriptions and likes truly means a lot. Thanks again.